Hello, beautiful homemakers. I'm continuing reading pamphlet 5 of the original 1922 Fascinating Womanhood pamphlets. We're discussing the appearance that fascinates in the art of attracting men. And this section is called Designs That Are Alluring to Men. Many girls do great injustice to themselves by never studying their own peculiarities in the matter of dress. Learn exactly what colors look best upon you, what shapes of hats make your face look its most kissable, what style of slipper enhances best the daintiness of your foot, and so ad infinitum. We cannot here do that for you. If you can't, in great measure, design your own dresses, learn to do so, as it will enable you to economize in 100 ways and yet maintain your appearance of style. Or at least learn to hand sew, so that you can change out your own buttons or take in the sides of tops and dresses. Always select or make designs that enhance your daintiness, your femininity, your exquisite delicacy and tenderness, like we talked about in the last video. Do this with every stitch of clothing you have, from bungalow aprons to bathing suits, from sports costumes to ball gowns. Endeavor to provide yourself with an entire wardrobe of dainty and cuddlesome garments, each piece as bewitching as the wearer herself. Now remember, dears, you need at least one cashmere sweater in a color and fit that looks perfect for your skin tone. Remember that cashmere balls easily, and you'll need to have a garment shaver. And after wearing, you can spritz your clothes with vodka in a spray bottle, as we've talked about. And then after you've worn it a few times, you'll need to hand wash that sweater. Neiman Marcus outlet stores often have cashmere sweaters for $50, and occasionally TJ Maxx will too. Until your wardrobe is perfect for you, go to TJ Maxx once a week, as long as you can say no to the items that aren't perfect, and as long as you have the cash to spend. This way, you won't pressure yourself into having to find something, for that is when you make mistakes. And as we've talked about in several videos now, you need to learn how to look at garments critically and not at the designer names. How is the stitching? Is it at the outlet store due to a stitching error? Does it have any spots or tears? Do the buttons fall in inappropriate areas like headlights? Or does a button fall awkwardly on your belly? Does the shirt gape open or rise too high when you raise your arms? When you bend over, is there too much cleavage? Is it too tight, which will make you look desperate? Or is it too shapeless? Will the material hold its shape? Bunch it up. Does it hold its shape? Is it going to be easy to wash? Does it have a peculiar smell like chemicals? And most importantly, does it make you look masculine or deliciously feminine? Now let's go back to the pamphlet. Instead of spending money on your clothes, spend time, patience, energy, and resourcefulness. Even if you have the money to spend, see how far you can make it go. The most attractively dressed girls are usually those who know how to dye, D-Y-E, and to make over. How to take a bargain sale remnant and make a sartorial dream of it. Learn something of dressmaking, of designing, of hat trimming. Devour everything you can read on the latest styles and on clothing in general. Subscribe to 2 or 3 women's magazines and make use of the almost unlimited suggestions they contain for the improvement of your personal appearance and your apparel. I don't recommend that. I say stay away from the magazines. You can learn much more on YouTube. Magazines really don't have a clue these days. They are very into the masculine dress, and you don't want to follow them. Plus, magazines tend to make you really discontent with your life. Now, I want you to get into the habit of laying out complete outfits, including which bra you're going to wear with it, which panties, so there's no lines, which shoes you're going to wear, which jewelry looks best with what you're going to wear, and which purse completes your ensemble. At Dairy Queen the other day, there was a woman in front of me in line who was so put together. She was wearing an all-white outfit, which contrasted perfectly with her black skin. And the most impressive thing about her outfit was that all of her hardware matched. So the gold of her earrings, her necklace, her watch, her rings, her bracelet matched, not just with each other, and I'm not talking matchy-matchy, just the color of it, matched the hardware of her purse and the hardware of her buttons and the gold rings in her sandals. She looked fantastic. Remember, you are the leading lady in your life, so act the part. Let's continue this paragraph. Besides, after you have learned to use your head instead of your pocketbook, you will be a keener, a more attractive, a more interesting girl. And when you marry, you will be able to dress becomingly without being a burden upon your husband's earning capacity. No reward ever comes without effort. You absolutely cannot dress attractively unless you spend time and thought upon yourself and your apparel. And while you're practicing dressing really well, have you found a good consignment store? I didn't think there was any near me, but I kept searching. I found several far away, and I went once, but then I found one within a half hour of my house. And every time I get the urge to shop, that's going to be my first place to go. Sometimes I come out with 10 or 20 items, and sometimes I come out with nothing. Many times I've only paid $5 for an item, so if I wear it only once or twice and then give it away, it doesn't hurt my pocketbook. But some things I've found are wonderful. I recently went and I found a large white linen shirt, which was ideal for a bathing suit cover-up, which is something I didn't have. I could feel the high quality of it, and it said it was made in Italy, and it was only $9. When I got home, I looked it up, and I discovered that it retailed for $276. I went into that consignment store knowing what I needed, but I waited until I found the perfect item. And so in the comments, tell me some of your amazing finds. And remember that when you buy see-through clothes like thin linen or lace or shrugs or crocheted items or clothes with eyelets, remember to clip out the label and the tags if they show through. That can really ruin the look of your clothing by keeping the tags. It's really not necessary to know who made the item or what size it is. You know, you don't need to keep it in there for the next person to know the size. Now let's finish up this section. We know that you are likely to say you haven't the time for all this, that you have too many other claims upon you. In short, you are unwilling to take the time to make yourself more attractive. Are these other things upon which you spend your time more important than making yourself fascinating? How can you expect to compete with the girl who does take the time, whose entire thought and energy are devoted to this and nothing else? You can't, for she is a specialist, and you are a rank amateur. Look around you at the girls who are most universally attractive. Aren't they usually the girls whose energy and time are devoted to that end only? Perhaps the only reason you are not as universally attractive as she is that you have simply not cared or not seen fit to take the time and the energy to be so. And this leads me to another story about two sisters whom I'm going to call Rachel and Leah. And just like in the Bible story, Leah is the eldest and less attractive of the two. These girls are now in their 30s, and Rachel, the girly girl, just got married. I'm sure Leah is relieved, knowing her little sister can no longer steal the hearts of her guy friends. Leah loves sports, and she is very athletic. She's tall, with dirty blonde hair, but she doesn't turn heads because she dresses, walks, talks, and acts like a boy. As a child, her little sister got all the oohs and ahs, and awkward, gangly, growing Leah simply couldn't compete. So she just gave up on her looks. She never even tried. Her baby sister was just too pretty, she thought, even though Rachel is a brunette. As a teen, Leah would have her guy friends over, and all would be going so well, until Rachel walked into the room and stole all the attention, easily and prettily flirting as the guys jumped up to help her with food and chairs and doors. They would surround her and steal all the attention away from poor Leah, who had just moments before been the highlight of the sports talk around her. Why bother, Leah thought. I don't need to be like her. And because she felt she couldn't compete, she never even tried to walk in heels, curl her hair, or wear makeup. She has persisted in only wearing mannish basketball shorts and sweatshirts with her college logo across it, though she graduated over 10 years ago. Leah has been so jealous of Rachel all these years that she has never blossomed as a woman. Sadly, if she does find a man, she's probably too old to bear children now. Yet all Leah needs to do is forgive Rachel, release her bitterness, and humble herself into asking Rachel for help. I'm sure she would gladly give it. Who better than to ask for help? Her sister actually wants her to succeed in finding her mate, but Leah persists in repelling the men around her. To the Leahs of the world, find any woman friend or a sister you admire and ask them for help. Number 1, get your hair cut every 6 to 8 weeks. Put it on your calendar right now. Number 2, find out how to curl or tame your hair if necessary. 3, paint your toenails bubblegum pink. Put lotion on your feet and wear socks to bed to get rid of your calluses. Number 4, ask your mom if she has any jewelry that you can have. A ring for your right hand, a becoming necklace and earrings that fit your size. The smaller and shorter you are, the daintier the jewelry needs to be. Number 5, get a real purse, a leather handbag. Stop with the backpacks. The color of your handbag should match your hair if possible. Number 6, go to a place like Merrill Norman for a makeover, or call a Mary Kay consultant. Buy foundation, blush, and lipstick. You don't need eyeshadow. Find an eyeliner you like, liquid or pencil. Getting it from a drugstore is fine, or Ulta. You don't have to pay a lot for eyeliner. Avon has really good eyeliners. And mascara, you want it to be as cheap as possible. You can get that from a discount store because mascara needs to be changed out every 3 months. Number 7, only paint your nails if you can keep up with the weekly upkeep. Otherwise, just keep your nails trimmed into an oval. Number 8, find comfy sandals like Kambu, Khombo, or other comfy shoes instead of always wearing running shoes. You can wear leather tennis shoes, but don't wear running shoes everywhere. Number 9, learn to walk in heels. They don't need to be high heels. You can wear kitten heels. Number 10, learn to modulate your voice and your laugh. Stop competing with the boys with your tone and your laugh. And number 11, begin wearing neutral skirts and comfy tops. Get used to wearing skirts and dresses. As your comfort level grows, that's when you could add more feminine items and colors to your wardrobe. And then, my dear, you will finally be able to turn some heads. Make sure your earrings are dangly earrings. That's what the men like best. Now, if you say that you absolutely cannot approach anyone, you don't have a clue where to start, you can always get a personal shopper. Some malls have personal shoppers. Nordstrom has a personal shopper, now called a personal stylist, and it's free. She'll just ask you a couple of questions ahead of time to get a feel for your likes, dislikes, and specific needs, and she'll ask you about fit preference and sizing. Appointments are a minimum of 30 minutes, and then she will have gathered the clothes beforehand and put it in a dressing room. So you're coming in and you're trying on clothes. Very easy. And they're not scary at all. These women really will help you. You don't have to give them a tip, but you probably should buy 1 or 2 items. You need to tell the personal shopper that the man you are interested in admires ultra feminine women and you just don't know where to start. Now remember, she might not know either because they're so used to dressing women for business, but hopefully she'll be a help to you. And with your new knowledge from all these videos and with her help, you may find at least one outfit that will make you feel comfortable, feminine, and beautiful. Finding feminine clothing is much easier in the spring and in the summer with dresses. So the bottom line for this pamphlet, Designs That Are Alluring to Men, the key sentence was, always select or make designs that enhance your daintiness, your femininity, your exquisite delicacy, and tenderness. They also talked about cuddlesome garments and the fact that you absolutely cannot dress attractively unless you spend time and thought upon yourself and your apparel. Well, that's it for today. We'll talk about hair next time.